Hello students, welcome in the lecture number 11 of halogen derivatives. Students, in the last lecture we have seen the mechanism of the SN2 reaction. Now, today we will discuss the mechanism of SN1 reaction. Now, what is this SN1 reaction? We have said that SN1, it is a unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now, what is this unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction? In yesterday's lecture, we have seen what is a nucleophilic substitution reaction. We have said that one nucleophile is substituted by the another nucleophile and the product has been formed. When the rate of the reaction is dependent on the concentration of only one species, it is called as SN1 reaction. So, when we are going to talk about the alkaline hydrolysis of tertiary alkyl halides. Generally, whenever we are going to take the examples of the tertiary alkyl halides, they undergo the nucleophilic substitution reaction, but the mechanism of the reaction it is SN1, which is different from the SN2 reaction. Now, if we have to take the example of such type of the tertiary alkyl halide, the simplest example I have written here, that is about tert butyl bromide. The formula for tert butyl bromide is CH3 thrice CBr. So 3 methyl groups they have been attached to a central carbon atom, and the fourth valency it is having bromine attached to it. So tert butyl bromide is the example of the tertiary alkyl halide. When it undergoes alkaline hydrolysis, that is, it is going to have the reaction with aqueous NaOH or KOH, then it undergoes hydrolysis where the bromine gets substituted by the hydroxyl group and we have got the product CH3 thrice COH, that is tert butyl alcohol, and we will get NaBr as the byproduct of the reaction. Now, when we are going to write down the short note about the SN1 reaction, the first thing we have to write down the reaction as unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction, and we have to mention it that the tertiary alkyl halides when undergo the alkaline hydrolysis, it will be the simplest example of such type of the SN1 reaction mechanism. The next thing that we are going to carry out, that is we have to take the example of the reaction and we can write down the reaction in another way, that is in the ionic form, where we have said that the tert butyl bromide is indicated as a substrate molecule. Then what actually taking part in the reaction, that is the nucleophile from the reagent. So here only the nucleophile OH minus it has been shown, and we can write down the product, that is CH3 thrice COH, tert butyl alcohol, and we will write down Br minus as the group. So you may write down the complete reaction or you may write down the ionic form of the reaction, which will be having the weightage of the half. Now the next part that we have to indicate, that is the rate of the reaction. In yesterday's lecture we have said that the rate it can be considered to be the factors on which the rate of the reaction is dependent, where we are seeing that out of all the different type of the steps, the slowest step it will be the rate determining step. Now, when we are going to talk about the alkaline hydrolysis of the tertiary alkyl halides, we are saying that at the slowest step only one molecule it is present, and that of the substrate molecule. So, we are saying that the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the substrate molecule. Now, if we are going to consider the substrate in this particular case, we may write down the rate as in the form of the equation as the rate is equal to K into concentration of, either you may write down the word substrate or you may write down the CH3 thrice Br, or you may write down it in the form of the equation where we have introduced the constant which called as the rate constant, and we will write the equation as rate is equal equal to K into concentration of either substrate word will be indicated or we will indicate the substrate molecule, that is tert butyl bromide. So tert butyl bromide concentration it will be indicated, and we are seeing that the rate is dependent on the concentration of substrate molecule only. It is independent on the concentration of the nucleophile. So the rate is dependent on only one species. So this is called as unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Okay. So when we are going to talk about the SN1 reaction, we will say that the rate is directly proportional to concentration of the substrate molecule. Now the next thing, we have to write down the mechanism. We have to mention the number of steps. If we are going to talk about the number of steps in case of the SN1 reaction, we may say that it is a two-step process, where we are saying that in the first step formation of carbonium ion takes place, and in the second step we are saying that the attack of the nucleophile takes place and the product has been formed. Both the steps, they are passing through transition steps. So here we may say that this is a two-step process passing through two different transition steps. So two steps, two transition steps, that will be the characteristic of the SN1 reaction. Now we will see why two steps they are occurring, whereas in SN2 reaction only it was a one-step process. SN2 ही फक्त वन स्टेप प्रोसेस होती. आता SN1 सेम टाइपची रिॲक्शन आहे, अल्कलाइन हायड्रोलिसिस आहे, पण ती दोन स्टेप मध्ये का झालेली आहे त्याचं रिझन आपल्याला बघावं लागेल. द रिझन बिहाइंड दिस इट इज द nucleophile which is going to approach the substrate molecule. The approach of the nucleophile towards the substrate molecule, that is the important part, and that we have to see in the next part of this lecture. Now we are seeing that this is a two-step process passing through two transition states. Now the first step, when the nucleophile is going to approach the substrate molecule, the attack of the substrate molecule it will be done at this central carbon atom. This nucleophile has to attack on the carbon atom, which is called as the tertiary carbon atom. Now the nucleophile it cannot attack from the front side, as there is the repulsive force due to presence of the bromide ion. न्यूक्लिओफाइल आता अटॅक करणार आहे, जसं आपण SN2 मध्ये बघितलेलं होतं त्याच सेम वेनी फ्रंट साइड अटॅक हा पॉसिबल नाही, कारण फ्रंट साइडला Br मायनस म्हणजे सेम चार्ज असलेला रिपल्सिव फोर्स असलेला ब्रोमाइड आयन प्रेझेंट. नाउ इट विल ट्राय टू अटॅक फ्रॉम द बॅक साइड. द बॅक साइड अटॅक इज ऑल्सो नॉट पॉसिबल. व्हाय? बिकॉज इन दिस केस नाउ the three methyl groups they are present surrounding this central carbon atom. ह्या central carbon atom च्या भोवती जे तीन मिथाइल ग्रुप प्रेझेंट आहेत, these three methyl groups they are considered to be the bulky groups. Now as those bulky groups they are there, we are saying that every carbon atom it is having the presence of three bulky methyl groups, and hence we are saying that due to the presence of those bulky groups, the backside attack is also not possible, because they are going to cause a steric hindrance. इथे एक वर्ड आपण वापरणार आहोत, steric hindrance, that is they will oppose the nucleophile to attack from the backside also. Hence what happens, आता इथे काय होतं, the front side attack पण पॉसिबल नाही आणि बॅक साइड अटॅक पण पॉसिबल नाही. मग ही रिॲक्शन होताना एका स्टेप मध्ये कंप्लीट होऊ शकत नाही. सो व्हॉट हॅपन्स, ड्यू टू द प्रेझेन्स ऑफ न्यूक्लिओफाइल ओनली, फर्स्ट व्हॉट हॅपन्स, वी आर सेइंग दॅट द न्यूक्लिओफाइल it is not able to attack from the front as well as the back side. first bond breaking is taking place. पहिल्यांदा bond breaking ची प्रोसेस होते. Which bond is going to break? First bond breaking is taking place. Which bond? The carbon bromine bond it is going to break. So there is a intermediate state which is called as transition state. Now this is the transition state of the first state, where we are saying that the carbon bromine bond it is going to lose. तो carbon bromine bond हा हळूहळू लूज होतो आणि मग फायनली तो काय होतो ब्रेक होतो. Immediately it get converted into the tert butyl carbonium ion. Now at the end of the first step we are getting the living group only. मग इथे आपल्याला पहिल्याच स्टेप मध्ये हा लिव्हिंग ग्रुप तयार झालेला दिसतो आणि हा तयार झाला tert butyl carbonium ion. This tert butyl carbonium ion it is having positive charge on the carbon atom, central carbon atom, and hence it is also called as carbocation. So the first step it is considered to be the formation of carbocation or carbonium ion. Now this carbonium ion it is the ion which is having the carbon atom in the center, which is surrounded by 3 methyl groups at the equal distance. आता हा जो तयार झालेला कार्बोकॅटायन आहे त्या कार्बोकॅटायन मध्ये तीनही मिथाइल ग्रुप हे 120 डिग्रीच्या अँगलनी इक्वल डिस्टन्सने प्लेस केलेले असल्यामुळे हा सेंट्रल कार्बन आता फ्री आहे अटॅक फॉर द न्यूक्लियोफाइल साठी. सो द फर्स्ट स्टेप इट इज द बॉन्ड ब्रेकिंग state, where due to breaking of the carbon bromine bond we are saying that the carbonium ion or positively charged carbocation has been formed. Now the next step it will be the formation of the product, or we may say that formation of the new bond. Now for the formation of the new bond, this nucleophile it has to approach towards the central carbon atom. Okay, so we will see this next step, how the attack of the nucleophile is going to take place. So now we will move forward towards the second step. In the second step, when this nucleophile it is going to approach towards this carbocation, as this carbocation now it is having its characteristic structure, it may attack from the front side or it may attack from the back side. So we may say that after the formation of the carbocation, it is possible that the nucleophile it can approach either from the front side or from the back side. The possibility of the attack of the nucleophile it is 50-50%. So we may consider that 50% molecules they will approach from the front side, whereas the 50% molecules they will be approaching from the back side. Here when they are going to approach towards the carbon atom, then new bond between carbon and hydroxyl group it is going to begin, and that is considered as the transition state second. During this transition state second, we are saying that a bond between carbon and that of the hydroxyl group it is going to form, and hence we have shown it by a dotted line. तो आपण dotted line ने दाखवलेला आहे. It immediately get converted into the product, as we have said that the transition states they are the intermediate states which are having the highest energy and lowest stability, and hence they get immediately converted into the product molecule. Now what is the product molecule? The product molecule it is the tert butyl alcohol. When this tert butyl alcohol it has been formed, we are saying that one tert butyl molecule with such type of the configuration, where we have said that the nucleophile is going to approach from the front side, where we will say that 50% retention of the configuration. Retention म्हणजे तसंच राहणे. जो आपला सबस्ट्रेटचा मॉलिक्यूल होता त्याच पद्धतीने जेव्हा प्रोडक्ट मॉलिक्यूल तयार झालेला आहे तेव्हा तिथे आपण शब्द वापरलेला आहे रिटेन्शन ऑफ द कॉन्फिगरेशन. We have said that 50% retention of the configuration takes place, where the attack is from the front side. If the attack is from the back side, there is possibility of the inversion of the configuration, and here we have shown say inversion of the configuration takes place if we will consider the mechanism of the SN1 reaction. So this was all about the SN1 reaction. Some of the parts they have not been given in the textbook properly, but if a short note it has been asked, you have to write down the following points. I will repeat all the points. The first thing we have to write down that it is a unimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Then we have to write down the example of such type of the reaction. Either the complete reaction it will work or the ideal form of the reaction it has to be written. The next part that will be the attack of the nucleophile. Here we are seeing that in the first step the attack of the nucleophile it is not possible from either front side or from the back side. So what happens here, we will say that it is a two-step process where in the first step bond breaking is taking place and a carbocation or carbonyl ion it has been formed. Whereas in the second step the nucleophile is going to approach the substrate molecule and formation of the product is going to take place. Now we have to show the actual mechanism of the reaction where we have to show down the first step. पहिली स्टेप आपल्याला इथे दाखवायची आहे कार्बोकॅटायनचे फॉर्मेशन. ज्या कार्बोकॅटायनचे स्ट्रक्चर हे व्यवस्थित आपण इंडिकेट करणार आहोत पासिंग थ्रू अ ट्रान्झिशन स्टेप विच इज कॉल्ड एज TS1. Then we will write down the TS second where we are saying that in the TS second we are having a formation of the bond. So first bond breaking and then bond making is taking place when we will consider the alkaline hydrolysis of the tertiary alkyl halides. This was all about the SN1 reaction where we have to write down 50% retention and 50% inversion of configuration takes place. So all of you note down all those things in your notebook as you are not having the representation in a proper manner in your textbook. Now we will discuss some factors which are going to affect the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Because we have said that the primary alkyl halides they are undergoing the SN2 reaction, whereas the tertiary alkyl halides having the same reaction but they undergo SN1 mechanism. Why is it so? There are three main factors which are going to affect the mechanism of the nucleophilic substitution reaction. The first one it is the nature of the substrate. When we are going to talk about the substrate molecule, then what is the nature of the substrate molecule? Depending on that, the rate of the reaction or the mechanism of the type of the reaction it has been decided. We have said that the simplest example of the primary alkyl halide we have taken that was methyl bromide. So methyl halide it will be one of the substrate molecule, or we may consider the other examples of the primary alkyl halide, or we may consider the secondary alkyl halide, or we may consider the tertiary alkyl halides. Where we can say that as in case of the primary alkyl halides, if we are taking the example of the methyl group, only the hydrogen atoms they are present. But if we are taking the example of the other primary, secondary or tertiary alkyl halide, the carbon will be surrounded by the different type of the atom or group of atoms, and hence we are saying that the substrate molecule it is going to play important role. If the substrate molecule it is the primary alkyl halide, we are saying that the rate of the SN1 reaction it goes on increasing from left to right. We are saying that it is possible or it is seen that the tertiary alkyl halides they will favor the SN1 reaction mechanism, whereas the primary alkyl halides they will prefer the SN2 reaction mechanism. So we can say that SN2 reaction will be seen in the primary alkyl halides, whereas SN1 reaction it will be seen in case of the tertiary alkyl halides. But what about the secondary alkyl halide, or what about the different examples? The different examples of the secondary or some other alkyl halides, we are saying that depending on the other factors also, the mechanism of the reaction it will be decided. So for the secondary alkyl halides they are saying that it is dependent on some other factors also. The next factor which is influencing the reaction, SN reaction, that is the nucleophilicity of the reagent. Now what is this nucleophilicity? Any nucleophile it is going to attack the substrate molecule, but the type of the nucleophile it is going to decide how fast the reaction is going to take place. If the nucleophile is a strong nucleophile, then the reaction will take place immediately and it is going to favor the SN2 reaction. न्यूक्लियोफाइल जर स्ट्रॉंग असेल तर तो SN2 रिएक्शन कॅरी करतो आणि इमिजिएटली प्रॉडक्टमध्ये त्या सबस्ट्रेटचं कन्व्हर्जन करू शकतो. पण जर आपण SN1 रिएक्शन कन्सिडर केली तर SN1 रिएक्शनमध्ये न्यूक्लियोफाइलचं कॉन्सन्ट्रेशन किंवा न्यूक्लियोफाइलचा रोल हा पहिल्या स्टेपमध्ये इन्व्हॉल्व झालेला नसतो, तो इन्व्हॉल्व असतो सेकंड स्टेपमध्ये. सो इन द SN1 रिएक्शन वी आर सेइंग दैट न्यूक्लियोफाइल हैज टू wait till the carboncation has been formed. मग आता जनरली जेव्हा आपण SN2 आणि SN1 रिएक्शन कन्सिडर करतो तेव्हा SN2 मध्ये न्यूक्लियोफाइलचा रोल महत्त्वाचा असतो, SN1 मध्ये तो पहिल्या स्टेप नंतर ॲक्टिवेट होतो असं आपण म्हणू शकतो. If we are going to consider about the nucleophilicity of the different type of the reagents from the same type of the group or the period, then what is the effect? Here we are saying that across a period as we move from left to right, in a period as we move from left to right across the period, the nucleophilicity it is going to decrease. Nucleophilicity काय होत जाते? Decrease होत जाते. And in a group, particular group, down the group from top to bottom, if we are going to consider a particular group, then the nucleophilicity goes on increasing. So for a particular reagent, if the different type of the nucleophiles they are there, then we can say that across a period nucleophilicity decreases, whereas down the group it goes on increasing. Now the third factor which is called as the solvent which has been used. Here if we are going to consider the polarity of the solvent, then generally we are saying that the solvent which has been used that also plays the important role. Generally then we will consider the type of the solvent which is considered to be the polar protic type of the solvent, then it is going to favor which type of the reactions? It is going to favor the SN1 type of the reaction. In case of SN2 reactions, generally the solvent they are not going to play much more important role, but in SN1 reaction the polar protic solvents if they are present. पोलार प्रोटिक सॉल्व्हंट म्हणजे काय तर असे सॉल्व्हंट ज्यांच्यामध्ये आपण म्हणूया समजा आपण कन्सिडर केलेले आहेत वेगवेगळ्या टाईपचे सॉल्व्हंटमध्ये आपण ॲक्वियस NaOH किंवा KOH ह्या पर्टिक्युलर रिॲक्शनसाठी वापरलेले होते, बट द रिॲक्शन दे मे बी कॅरीड आउट बाय डिफरंट टाईप ऑफ द सॉल्व्हंट्स. मग सॉल्व्हंट ॲसिडिक मिडियम किंवा अल्कलाइन मिडियम असेल किंवा जर आपण एखादा काय वापरलेला असेल ऑर्गॅनिक सॉल्व्हंट वापरलेला असेल तर त्या सॉल्व्हंटमध्ये जर तो पोलार असेल म्हणजे काय तर पार्शियल पॉझिटिव्ह आणि निगेटिव्ह चार्जेस तिथे जर का डेव्हलप झालेले असतील तर अशा पद्धतीचा पोलार सॉल्व्हंट SN1 रिॲक्शन हा इझिली कॅरी करत असतो. सो द SN1 रिॲक्शन इट हॅज बीन फेवर्ड इफ देयर इज प्रेझेन्स ऑफ अ पोलार प्रोटिक सॉल्व्हंट. So this was all about the different type of the factors. You may have the question on the short note as well as you may have a question related to the mechanism of the reaction where you have to write down the difference between SN2 and that of the SN1 reaction. So this was all about the different type of the factors affecting the SN reactions. We will see the remaining part in the next lecture. Till then, thank you.